Good morning, dear students. Today we will continue with the chapter 10, Light Reflection and Refraction, and part 2. Till now we have seen the image formation in case of concave mirror up to the center of curvature. Okay, let's have a quick revision how image is formed. How image is formed. Okay, so the image formation, the rules for image formation. First, see, this is concave mirror, this is pole, focus and center of curvature. So the first rule says that if incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, then the reflected ray is passing through the focus. Second rule says that exactly opposite of the first rule, pole, focus, center of curvature. Second rule says that if the incident ray is passing through the focus, then the reflected ray is parallel to the principal axis. Okay, and the third rule says that, very important rule, pole, focus, center of curvature. So the third rule says that if the incident ray passes through the center of curvature, then the reflected ray would follow the same path. If the incident ray passes through the center of curvature, then the reflected ray would follow the same path. Okay, so these are the three rules you should make in your notebook. You should draw in your notebook. Okay, I am giving you 1 minute time. Draw these three rules in your notebook, because on these three rules only the image formation is depend. Okay. Okay, now we will see the image formation up to the object at C we have done. So the next case is if the object is between center of curvature and focus. If the object is between if object is between C and F. If the object is between C and F. So this is your concave mirror, principal axis, pole, exactly from pole exactly 2 centimeters there will be focus, and from focus exactly 2 centimeters there will be center of curvature. Now keep it in mind that to draw the image, there should be equal distance between pole and focus and center of curvature and focus. Okay, so in your notebook you will take 2 centimeter from pole, that is focus. Okay, focus you will take 2 centimeter and center you will take 2 centimeter from focus. That means 2 centimeter and 2 centimeter equal distance should be there. Okay, so the object, if the object is between C and F, so A and B, let the object is AB. Okay, so as we know that, or as we have learned that to form any image, there should be two rays. Okay, there should be two incident rays and two reflected rays. Okay, clear? Then now we'll see the incident ray. If according to our first rule, if the incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, then the reflected ray would pass through the focus. This is our first rule. If the incident ray is passes through, or if the incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, then the reflected ray is passing through the focus. Now what our second rule says that? Second rule says that if the incident ray passes through the focus, then the reflected ray is parallel to the principal axis. Okay. It should be straight. Okay. Now we should draw the arrow. Incident ray towards the mirror, reflected ray away from the mirror. Incident ray towards the mirror, reflected ray away from the mirror. Okay. Now see, if the object is present between C and F, if the object is present between C and F, okay, then the reflected ray, where they have intersected each other, they have intersected here. Okay, they have intersected here. That means to form any image, the two reflected rays should intersect with each other. Okay, again I am repeating. To form any image, the two reflected rays, okay, to form any image, the two reflected rays should intersect each other, and the point of intersection is the position of image. The point of intersection is the position of image. So here, as we can see, the image is formed inverted, and as we can see, the image is formed inverted. So this would be B dash and this would be A dash. See, object is AB, object is erect, but the image is formed inverted. Okay, and now how we came to know that image is formed inverted? The point of intersection, write in your notebook, this is very important point. The point of intersection of two reflected ray is the head of the image. The point of intersection of two reflected ray represents the head of the image, and this is the tail of the image. Okay, so now we have to write the position and nature of the image. So how we write the position and nature of image? First we'll write where the image is formed at, or we can say beyond C. Clear? Where the image is formed? Beyond center of curvature. What is nature? Is it real? Yes, it is real. So I have explained you that if the image is real, then 100% the image will be inverted. So the image is inverted. As you can see, the image is inverted. What is size of image? Is it seems greater than? It is seems larger than the object. Object is AB and A dash B dash is the image. So we can see object height is less than the image height. That means image is enlarged. Or we can write image is magnified. Clear? So what is position of image? Where the image is formed, where the image is located? Beyond C. Image is real? Yes. Why image is real? Because two reflected rays intersecting each other. If image is real, then 100% it will be inverted, and the size of image is enlarged image. The image is enlarged. Clear? So draw this image. Let me check the quality. Yes, this is proper. So the next case is the object is at F. The object is at focus. So this is the concave mirror, principal axis, pole, focus, center of curvature. If the object is at focus, so suppose this is an object object AB. Okay, so we will use our first rule. The first rule says that if the object is at focus, okay, and the first rule says that if the incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, reflected ray passes through the focus. reflected ray passes through the focus. Now, our second rule says that if the incident ray is passes through the focus, then the reflected ray is parallel to the principal axis. But the problem is here, the problem is the object itself is an F. Then how the second ray can be passes through the focus? How the ray can be passes through the focus? See, listen it carefully. Up to this we have done, okay, the image is infinity, the image is at infinity, the image is beyond C, and the image is at C, and the image is between F and C. Okay, so up to that, the image, if the incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, it is passes through the focus, and we have done that. If the image is passes through the focus, then it is parallel to the principal axis. But here in this case, the problem is the object itself at F. So how the second ray can be passes through the F? First rule says that incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, reflected ray passes through the focus. Second rule says that the incident ray should pass through the focus and it is parallel to the principal axis. But the problem is the object is at F. Then how the second ray is passes through the F? So what we'll do? We'll use our third rule. We'll take the help of our third rule. Third rule says that if the incident ray is passes through the center of curvature, it would follow the same path. If the incident ray passes through the center of curvature, it would follow the same path. So how we'll draw the image? See, we'll draw or we'll have our second incident ray like this. Okay, we have our second incident ray like this. So it is passing through the center of curvature. It is passing through the center of curvature. Okay, now see, our third rule says that if the incident ray is passing through the center of curvature, it would follow the same path again. Then that means we have moved our second incident ray from center of curvature. That means if it is passing through the center of curvature, then it would follow the same path again. So if it is passing through the center of curvature, so if the incident ray is passing through the center of curvature, if the incident ray is passing through the center of curvature, it would follow the same path. It would follow the same path. Now see, the two reflected rays are not intersecting each other. The two reflected rays are not intersecting each other. You can see here. So image is not formed. Okay, the question is, will the image form or not? Image will form or not? The question is, the image will form or not? Because our rule says that to form any image, the two reflected rays should meet each other or they should intersect each other. Here, the two reflected rays are not intersecting each other. Actually, they seem parallel to each other. They seem parallel to each other. That means the image is not formed. The question is, image is formed or not? The answer is image will form. Okay, where the image is formed? Now see, the parallel rays are going towards infinity. The parallel ray will going towards infinity. So where the image will form? At infinity. At infinity. Then what is size? Size is enlarged or magnified. Okay, the enlarged and magnified. Position of image at infinity. The size is enlarged and magnified image will form. Magnified image will form. Okay, clear? So the position is at infinity. At infinity the image will form. Size enlarged and magnified. And what is nature? The most important case. What is nature? So if the image is formed, that means it is real and inverted. It is real and inverted. Infinity, the two parallel rays will meet actually at infinity. Okay, so if they meet at infinity, then the image is real, and if the image is real, then the image would be inverted. Now the next case is the final case for concave mirror. object between F and P. The object is between focus and pole. So if the object is between focus and pole, this is the concave mirror, principal axis, pole, focus, center of curvature. Pole, focus, center of curvature. The distance should be equal between F and P and F and C. Okay. Now the first rule for example, now the object is between F and P. So we have this object between P and F. So the object is A and B. Let the object is A and B. Now object is between F and P. So our first rule says that if the incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, then the reflected ray is passing through the focus. If the incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, then the reflected ray is passing through the focus. Clear? Now second rule says that if the incident ray is passing through the focus, then it is parallel to the principal axis. Now, but here in this case, this is not possible to move the image, to project the image from the focus, because the image is between F and P. So we'll use our third rule, as we have done in previous case. We'll use our third rule. Our third rule says that if the incident ray is passing through the center of curvature, if the incident ray passes through the center of curvature, it would follow the same path. If the incident ray passes through the center of curvature, if the incident ray passes through the center of curvature, it would follow the same path. Now here in this case, we can see that these two rays are not parallel. These two rays are not parallel. Here in this case, we have seen these two rays are not parallel. They are slightly away from each other. See, these rays are not parallel. They are diverging rays because they are slightly away from each other. They are slightly away from each other. So these two rays are not parallel here in this case. So if see how they are not parallel. See here the distance and this distance and this distance is not equal. In parallel rays, the distance throughout remain equal. But here in this case, you can see here the distance and this distance is different. Okay, they are different. That means this is diverging rays, and keep it in mind, diverging rays never meet each other. That means the question here is again, image will form or not. If the diverging rays never meet each other, then how the image is formed? Okay, so the answer is, we will project or we will move the image, we will draw the image behind the mirror by joining these two rays, by intersecting these two rays. So we will produce these two incident rays, and okay, the incident ray will be produced behind the mirror. See, here these two rays are not actually meet each other. These two rays never meet each other in actual case. But we have produced this image, we have produced these two rays, behind the mirror. We have produced. That means image is actually formed? No. This image is imaginary image. Okay, this is not real image. Real image is formed when the two reflected rays intersect each other. Okay, two reflected rays should intersect each other to form real image. But this is not real image because two reflected rays are diverging rays. Therefore, we have produced these two rays to meet each other and the object is formed. Okay, so here the image is formed, and this is the height of the image. As you can see, the height of object is this AB. Okay, the height of object is AB, but the image is A dash B dash. So what is position of image? Where the image is formed? Behind the mirror. Image is formed behind the mirror. Okay, what is size of image? We can see very clearly the size of image is magnified. Or enlarged. Object size, image size. So size of image is magnified. Position, size, nature. What is nature of image? The nature of image is it real image? No. Why this is not real image? Because we have produced two incident rays. That means it is imaginary. Or imaginary we can write it is virtual image. Okay. Now it is virtual image, and if the image is virtual, then it is erect. Okay. You should remember this letter E and V. Okay, E and V. That means if the image is virtual, 100% it would be erect. If the image is virtual, 100% it would be erect. Okay, so erect and virtual, or you can remember VE, virtual and erect. If the image is virtual, its nature would be erect. Erect means the AB and AB. This is not inverted. This is the same image, but the size is different. Okay. Now see, AB object is above the principal axis. Image is also above the principal axis. Therefore, it is erect image. Okay. See, behind the mirror, magnified, virtual, and erect. So this is the case of these are the cases of the concave mirror. Clear? Now we are going to see the convex mirror. We are going to see the image formation in case of convex mirror. What is convex mirror? Next case is convex mirror. Now convex mirror is a mirror whose internal side is polished. That means its internal side is painted and its outer side is smooth surface. Now see, this is a smooth surface, and this internal part which is painted, it is polished or painted side. Okay, so this is the convex mirror whose outer side, the bulgy side, is smooth, and this smooth surface is known as reflecting surface. It is reflecting surface. This is the smooth surface and it is known as reflecting surface. This is polished or painted surface. Clear? So this is the convex mirror. You can draw. Now we'll see the cases of the image formation in case of concave mirror. Clear? Now in concave mirror only two types of image is formed. Suppose this is the principal axis, pole, focus, center of curvature. Clear? So here also we can draw pole, focus, and center of curvature. Towards the right side also we can draw pole, focus, and center of curvature. This is pole, this is focus, and this is center of curvature. Now the object is placed at infinity. The first case is the object is at infinity. So if object is at infinity, that means we will not draw the object, we will draw only the image. So if the object is at infinity, that means two rays will come from above the principal axis and below the principal axis. So first incident ray comes above the principal axis and second incident ray comes from below the principal axis. Now convex mirror is reflecting mirror. Convex mirror is a reflecting mirror, that means it is diverging mirror, not it is reflecting. Yes, this is the reflecting side, and convex mirror is known as diverging mirror. It is diverging mirror. That means it diverges the incident ray. If the incident ray travels the parallel path, then after reflecting with the smooth surface, it would diverge. Diverge means what? It would, if see, this is the parallel path and it is diverged from its original path. Okay, it is diverges from its original path. Therefore, it is known as diverging mirror. Therefore, it is known as diverging mirror. Clear? So, convex mirror, it is known as diverging mirror. So, the incident ray is parallel to the principal axis. After reflecting, okay, after reflecting with the mirror, it is diverges from its original path through some angle, which is known as theta. Okay, so again, this is also incident ray which is parallel to the principal axis. It would diverge again through some angle which is known as theta. Now, see, two diverging rays do not form the image. So the question is, image is not formed. Okay, or image is formed. So here also we can write focus, center of curvature. Focus and center of curvature. Now this is not required for this case. Now see, if the two are diverging rays, so diverging rays never meet each other, but we have to form the image. So what we'll do, we'll take the help of our first rule. Okay, what is the first rule? The first rule says that if the incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, then the reflected ray passes through the focus. So we will take the help of our first rule. If the incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, reflected ray passes through the focus. And here also, if the incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, reflected ray passes through the focus. That means the image is formed real or virtual. See, when reflected ray actually meets each other, the image is real. But here the reflected rays are not meeting each other because they are diverging. We have produced them to meet each other. So the image is virtual image. First we will write what is position at F. What is size? Point size. See, as you can say, see, the image is point size. What is nature of image? The image is real? No. Why it is not real? Because we have produced the incident ray towards the F, therefore it is virtual. So as I have told you, if the image is virtual, 100% it would be erect. Okay, virtual and erect inverse. Okay, virtual and erect. Clear? See, this is the case if the object is placed at infinity. This is the first case, and the second case. Okay, draw the image. The last case, that means second case. The second case for the convex mirror is the image at principal axis. Okay, the object is at principal axis. Suppose this is convex mirror. This is the internal side which is painted. Now, if this is the principal axis, this is pole. Now, if the object is principal axis, that means we can take the object anywhere on the principal axis. In case of convex mirror, we can take the object or we can put the object anywhere on the principal axis. So the first rule says that now anywhere on the principal axis, that means suppose I have taken the object here A and B. Clear? Now this is focus. Here we should make the focus, and here it should be center of curvature. So I have taken the object behind C. Anywhere we can take. Okay. Now the first rule says that if the incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, but in case of convex mirror, if the incident ray strikes at the smooth surface of convex mirror, it would be reflected. Okay, it would be diverged. It would be after reflecting. If the incident ray is parallel, then after reflecting at the smooth surface, that means reflecting surface of convex mirror, it would be diverged through some angle. Clear? Now, the second rule says that this is focus and this is center of curvature. Now the second rule says that if the incident ray passes through the center of curvature, if the incident ray passes through the center of curvature, here suppose it is C. So if the incident ray is passing through the center of curvature, then it would follow the same path. Clear? Now see, this is the case where the incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, but after reflecting with the smooth surface or reflecting surface, it would diverge through some angle. And we have used our third rule: if the incident ray passes through the center of curvature, it would follow the same path. Clear? Now see, these two are also diverging rays. These two are also diverging rays. So what we can do? We can produce the image. Like this. Now see, this is the ray. Now we can produce this ray as, okay, if it is parallel to the principal axis, it is passes through the focus. If it is parallel to the principal axis, it is passes through the focus. Clear? So we have produced this ray towards the focus, and with the help of rule only, if it is parallel to the principal axis, then the reflected ray is passing through the focus. That means what? The two rays are intersecting here. That means image would form here. Okay. So this is A and this is also A dash, A, B, A dash, B dash. So the image is real or virtual? First we'll write the position of image. Where the image is formed? Between P and F. Where the image is formed? Between P and F. Okay. What is size of image? The object is AB. Image is AB dash. Clearly we can see the image is diminished. Clear? Now, what is nature of image? The image is virtual or real? The image is virtual. So if it is virtual, the image is erect. Virtual and erect. Clear? So this is the last case of the convex mirror. In first case, if the object is at infinity, in second case, if the object is placed anywhere on the principal axis. Clear? So this is the case of convex mirror. Clear? Now we are going to see the image formation in case of lens. In case of lens, what is lens? First we will see what is lens. Now the lens is having two surfaces. Lens is having two reflecting surfaces. Okay, what is the difference between lens and mirror? Mirror is having only one reflecting surface, but the lens is having two reflecting surfaces. Now how the lens is formed? First, how the lens is formed? Suppose there are two types of lens, convex lens and concave lens. Now the lens, so this is the convex lens, and this is concave lens. Now, how the lenses are formed? See, you can see the two reflecting surfaces, 1 and 2. That means what? The lens is formed from the two spherical mirrors. One lens is formed from the two spherical mirrors. See how, suppose this is the first reflecting surface, that means it is this surface is formed from the one sphere, and this surface is formed from the another sphere. This surface is a part of another sphere. Clear? So two spherical mirror forms one lens. Clear? So this is the first sphere, this is second sphere. So we will take the pieces of two spherical mirror and form the lens. By piece of or by part of two spherical mirror, one lens is formed. And the lenses are of two types, convex lens and concave lens. Now in case of lens, there would be total 5 parts. This is known as optical center. This is known as optical center O. This is the principal axis. Here it is focus 1, f1 and 2f1, and here it should be f2 and 2f2. Clear? Now, how the question is how here f1 and 2f1 two parts are there, and here also two parts are there. As I have explained, this is a part of one sphere. This part. Okay, this is a piece of one sphere. So one sphere will have the center of curvature and focus, and this sphere also will have focus and center of curvature. Okay, this sphere would have focus and center of curvature, and this sphere would also have the focus and center of curvature. Therefore, here the 5 parts are there. Total 5 parts are there. In case of mirror, there are only 3 parts: core, focus, and center of curvature. Now, here also, in case of concave lens, this is optical center. This is f1, this is 2f1, this is f2 and 2f2. Now we'll see the image formation in case of convex lens and concave lens. Now keep it in mind and write it in your notebook. The convex lens is converging lens. And the concave lens is diverging lens. Clear? Convex lens is converging lens. That means what? Similar. If now see rules for image formation. If the incident ray is parallel to the principal axis. If the incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, it is passes through the focus. Okay, only 2 rules will be applicable in case of lens. If the incident ray is passes through, or if the incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, it is passes through the focus. And the second rule says that if the incident ray passes through the optical center, then it would follow the same path. Or we can say, if the incident ray, the second rule says that if the incident ray is passing through the optical center, the ray passes undeviated. Write down the 2 rules. If the incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, it is passes through the focus. And if the incident ray passes through the optical center, it is passes undeviated. So these are the 2 rules which will be applicable in case of lens. Okay, in case of lens, first, if it is parallel to the principal axis, passes through the focus. And second rule, most important rule, if the incident ray passes through the optical center, it is passes undeviated. That means if the incident ray is passes through the optical center, it won't deviate. Okay, it follow the straight path only. Clear? So we'll see the image formation in case of convex lens. The first, object at infinity. This is lens, optical center O, f1, 2f1, f2, 2f2. So the object is at infinity. So if the object is at infinity, we are not drawing the object because object is at infinity. From infinity, 2 incident rays comes. Okay, parallel to the principal axis, passes through the focus. And from infinity, 1 more ray comes. Parallel to the principal axis, passes through the focus. Parallel to the principal axis passes through the focus. Clear? That means if the object is at infinity, the image is formed at f2. If the object is at infinity, image is formed at f2. This is the position. What is position? The image is formed at f2. The real or inverted? The real or inverted? See, incident ray and reflected rays actually cuts each other. That means the image is real. The image is real and inverted. Real and inverted. Now what is size? You can see point size. Point size image is formed. Okay, the image is formed point size. Clear? Now the second case is if the object is beyond C, if the object is beyond 2f1, okay, if the object is beyond 2f1, beyond 2f1, if the object at or if the object is beyond 2f1, that means behind 2f1. So if the object is behind 2f1, that means A and B. So the first incident ray, first rule says that if the incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, reflected ray is passes through f2. Reflected ray passes through the f2. Clear? And second rule says that if the incident ray passes through the optical center, if the incident ray passes through the optical center, if the incident ray passes through the optical center, clear? If the incident ray passes through the optical center, the image is formed here. Clear? If first rule says that object is beyond 2f1, object is beyond 2f1, that means if the incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, then it is passes through the focus. And second rule says that if the incident ray is passes through the optical center, it is passes undeviated. It is passes undeviated. Clear? Now the second case is the object is at f1. Now if the object is at f1, so this is the convex lens, optical center O, f1, 2f1, f2, 2f2. Clear? Now the object is at f1, that means this is the object A, B. Okay. Now if the incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, if the incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, then it is passing through the focus. It is passing through the focus. And if the incident ray passes through the optical center, if the incident ray passes through the optical center, it is passes undeviated. It is passes undeviated. That means, see, the image is formed to f2. The image is formed at 2f2. Here we can join this. So what is the nature of image? What is the nature of image? See, the nature of image is real or inverted. The image is real. The image is real. Virtual or real? The image is real. Okay. Now we can see AB. So this would be B dash and A dash. That means inverted image is formed. If the image is formed below the principal axis, it is inverted image. So real and inverted. What is position? What is position? Position of image is at 2f2. Position is at 2f2. Clear? And what is nature? Nature is real and inverted. What is size? Size is diminished. Or no, it is not diminished. AB. It is equal size. So the equal size is equal to the object. Size is equal to the object. See, if the object is 2 cm, image is also 2 cm. Clear? Now the next case is object between 2f1 and f1. Object between 2f1 and f1. Object between two F1 and F1. F1 to F1, F2 to F2. So object is between F1 and 2F1. A, B. We'll use our first rule of this is the case object between F1 and 2F1. Clear? So we'll use our first rule. If the incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, if the incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, it is passing through the focus. And if the incident ray passes through the optical center, then it is passes undeviated. Clear? This is the optical center. If incident ray passes through the optical center, it is passes undeviated. Clear? Now here, see where the two rays actually cuts each other. Okay, where the two rays actually cuts each other. They cut behind 2F1. See the image we can form like this here. Now what is position of image? What is position behind or beyond? We can write beyond 2F2. Now image, what is nature and size? Nature. Is it real? Yes, this is real image. Real image. If the image is real, 100% it would be inverted. If the image is real, 100% it would be inverted. And the third case, what is size? Size is magnified. See, AB, this would be B dash and A dash. If it is 2 cm, 100% it would be more than 2 cm. So image is enlarged, or we can write the image is magnified image. The image is magnified. You can draw this. The next case is object at F1. See, this is the convex lens, optical center O, F1 to F1, F2 to F2. Clear? So if the object is at F1, here the object is present here, AB. Now first rule, if the incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, reflected ray passes through the focus. And second ray, if it is passes through the optical center O, See, these two are the parallel images. These two are the parallel rays. Okay, these two are the parallel rays. Now, if the rays are parallel, then the image is formed at infinity. Where the image is formed? Infinity. What is real? What is nature? Real and inverted. Okay, and what is the nature? And what is the size? Enlarged. Or we can write highly magnified image will form. Clear? And the last case for this one, object is present between F1 and optical center. Object between F1 and optical center. This is the convex lens. Principal axis, optical center, F1 to F1, F2 to F2. Clear? So, if the object is parallel to the principal axis, now object is between F1 and O. So, here object is between F1 and O. So, if the incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, reflected ray passes through the focus. And second, if the incident ray passes through the optical center, Now clearly you can see these two are the diverging rays. These two are diverging rays, and diverging ray never meets each other. The question is, image will form or not? The image will form. So how it is possible? We will produce the two rays. These two rays will produce behind. Okay. These two rays we have produced behind. Okay. Now we have produced behind, that means here the image is formed. So this would be A dash and B dash. Now reflecting ray meets each other? No, because they are diverging. If they are not meeting each other, the image is virtual. This is not real image. So the image, what is position between F1 and 2F1? Okay, between F1 and 2F1. Clear? Now what is size? Size is magnified, or we can write highly magnified. See, object is AB, image is A dash B dash. We can see the difference, highly magnified. What is nature? Nature of image is virtual, because this is not a case of real image. For the real image, two reflecting rays should meet each other, and if it is virtual, the image is erect. Now these are the cases in case of convex lens. I hope you have understood it clearly. Okay, you can draw this diagram. So these are all the images related to convex lens. Now next lecture will complete the image formation in case of concave lens. There are only two types of images are there, and will see the numericals related to the mirror formula and lens formula. Okay, thank you very much.